Hi, this is Steve with HomeStrung Jewelry, and today it's my privilege to introduce to you the Gemstone Orphans from the January box. Now this is either the end of the year box or the first of the new year box, depending on how you want to look at it. And I'm the one that gets to introduce these because these are stones that I began collecting over a decade ago. And these were stones that I intended to keep for myself originally, but we've gotten just too many of them. And so Debbie says it's time to share them and to get them into homes of their own. These are stones which we really didn't even show to too many people that came into the studio because they're really special. Now this is about half. In fact, this is half of the stones that are going into the box. These are a larger stone and they didn't easily all fit onto the table. So we're going to be doing this in two different parts. These are white agates. Some of these agates are polished, like this one right here, which we call Aislinn. Aislinn means snow in Irish. It also can mean dream. But anyway, this is a polished stone. And I like this because it kind of has the pattern of snow as it blows around. But they also, some of the stones also have a matte, almost frosted finish, like this particular stone. This is a large stone, almost 55 millimeters in height, which is a little over 2 inches. And we call this one mogul. Right the year that Debbie and I got engaged for my birthday present, she decided to take me skiing. Now my birthday is in August, so I had to wait about 5 months to receive my present. It was a very dry year for skiing, and yet there was a large snowpack. When you ski over an area over and over again, so many skiers, you tend to get lines and patterns, and it wears away the ice and snow, but it leaves these peaks, these bumps, which are called moguls. And so we call this stone mogul. This is probably the smallest stone in the group. It's also a polished stone, which we call flurry. One of my best memories about wintertime was watching the snow blow after it had fallen on the ground on especially cold nights. And you can see the flurries here as the snow is being blown up into patterns into the sky. Another stone over here. Now this is a matte finish again. This is a teardrop, and within this collection we've got rounds, teardrops, we've got heart shapes, we've got marquees. There's just a little bit of everything. There's a couple of triangle beads as well. But I call this one glacier. People may not realize this, but when fissures form in the glaciers, the snow and ice absorbs red light. And so the glaciers down in these crevasses tend to be very blue, but sometimes also as the glaciers move, they will pick up minerals. And so you'll have little stripes of other colors. And so this is mostly a gray blue, but there is a little stripe of an almost pink, a tan color that runs through it. Now all of these stones, just like any other stone, has flaws. Some of them are more visible than others. But that is part of what makes the Gemstone Orphans special. Okay, here's one I call Brook. I was a photography student, and I used to especially like to go out and shoot pictures in the wintertime. There was a canyon up above where we lived, and the water would come down through a little brook, and the stream would freeze over, and rocks and things would poke up out of the ice. But over on the edge toward the middle of the stream, you'd have a little lace of ice that would form, and there would be water beyond that. So I call this stone Brook. We've got hearts which almost have pink colors in them. And then we have another frosted stone here. I call this one Drift, because you can see the snow pattern is formed here, but there are drifts that the winds are blowing it into. This is a round stone. These are just wonderful stones to deal with. I've just always thought they were beautiful. Anyway, that's the first half of the collection. Let me set up the second half for you so you can see them all. And here we have the remainder of the Gemstone Orphans going into the January box. And we have some real special ones here as well. One of my favorites is this triangle down here, which I call Yuki, which is a Japanese name meaning snow. It looks a little like a snowy mountain. And then up here we have a couple. This is Ayla, which is Hebrew for snow. And then we have Kayla, which is a derivative of Ayla, which also means snow, but is Irish. So Ayla and Kayla are right there. And then over here we have Freya. Now Freya was the queen of the Norse gods. The Freya was also associated with snow and ice and is often used in several of the Norse languages to indicate snow. But she has this little ridge here, which is her little silver crown. So that is Freya. And then we have, where is it? This is Chrysanthos, which is a Greek name meaning golden ice flower. And this has a large druzy over here, which to me, druzy has always reminded me of flowers. You have a strip of druzy, and then you have this little druzy bloom over on the side. This is a very special one to me. And then we have I, or it can be pronounced Ira or I. It's Ira or Ira. I think it's Ira is the name, which is a Welsh name for snow. It's quite often used, with the full name would be Gwenira, Gwen meaning white, and then Ira meaning snow. But this one is just Ira, just meaning snow. There's another one here, which I believe is Gwenira, but it's probably in the other set. And then finally, we have one crescent moon in here, so of course this has to be Moondog. Now, for those of you who live in colder climates where you get snow and you get ice, know that sometimes after a big storm on a cold night, the sky will appear to clear and there will be a halo which forms around the moon. And this halo, which is made up of, it looks like a clear sky, but they're actually very high altitude, very thin clouds, and the ice crystals, catch the moon light and form the circle around the moon. In Native American legends, the appearance of the Moondog would indicate that changes are about to happen. It was also thought to be a portal between this life and the next. And when the Moondog appeared, it was a time to communicate with your ancestors, to get in touch with them again. Okay, now we have one more special stone here. This is Cristallo, which translate to crystal. And this reminds me of the crystal frost that would sometimes form on the windows. Not just a solid frost, but one which created patterns on the windows. But anyway, we will be opening the rest of the box in about a week, but here are your orphans in the meantime. Of course, if you have any questions or anything, feel free to make comments down below, and we will be seeing you in about a week with the rest of the box. Thanks for being here.